The Long Walk, Stephen King's dystopian novel written under the pseudonym Richard Bachman, has long been considered unfilmable. Its premise is brutally simple. A group of young men walk, and the last one standing wins everything. For decades, filmmakers circled the project, haunted by the challenge of turning a story that is mostly dialogue and internal monologue into a visual experience. Director Francis Lawrence, who fell in love with the book back in 2006, finally got the rights after years of waiting. He teamed up with writer E.T. Moner, cracked the code. The cast describes the experience as profound and unforgettable, leaving everything on the field to bring King's harrowing vision to life. The story centers on a contest where the prize is anything you desire, but the price of losing is death. The rules are simple. 50 young men must walk continuously. If their speed drops below 3 miles per hour, they get a warning. 3 warnings, and they get their ticket, a bullet from the escorting soldiers. There is no finish line. The last one standing is the winner. Ray Garrity joins this death march, not for the prize, but for revenge. His father, a hero in his eyes, was executed by the state's leader, the major, for possessing forbidden knowledge. The walk begins, and the boys, among them are the cynical but kind-hearted Pete, the loud-mouthed Hank, and the naive Curly. The first casualty comes swiftly. A boy named Barkovich, trying to play smart, gets a rock in his shoe and stops to fix it, accumulating 3 warnings in seconds. His defiance turns to terror as the soldiers raise their rifles. The gunshot shatters the boy's illusions. This is not a game. Soon after, young Curly gets a severe leg cramp. Ray and Pete try to help. Curly collapses, crying that it is not fair. Another life is extinguished, leaving a profound impact on Ray.
Now, we stick together to where all that stuff. How about that? All for one!
One for all.
No, and again.
As the walk continues, a fragile alliance forms, calling themselves the Musketeers. But their camaraderie is tested by the manipulative Barkovich, who relentlessly taunts a boy named Rank. His cruel jokes push Rank over the edge. Rank lunges at him, receives his final warnings, and is executed. Barkovich, now branded a murderer by the others, is an outcast. The first night, sleep deprivation and physical exhaustion lead to hallucinations. Ray dozes off while walking and receives 2 warnings. In a moment of panic, he lashes out at Pete, accusing him of wanting him dead. But as Ray reaches the brink of elimination, dousing him with water and shouting encouragement, this act cements their bond.
The only guarantee you have as a human being is that you are going to die.
They are no longer just competitors, they are brothers. The group reaches the 100. In a surge of rebellious energy, they begin chanting, defying the major and the system. Later, Ray confides in Pete about his father's fate and his plan for revenge. Pete, ever the voice of reason, questions they to see the beauty that still exists. The breaking point for the Musketeers arrives with Hank Olsen. Worn down and delirious, he makes a final, desperate charge at the soldier's vehicle. They don't kill him instantly, they gut him. Art Baker, the Musketeers are shattered. Haunted by his actions,
Everything and that's why I'm here.
Moments later, in a horrifying twist, he tears out his own throat, choosing a gruesome end. The walk takes Ray through his hometown for a heart. The brief encounter devastates him, and he questions his decision. Pete then reveals his own tragic past, a life on the streets that taught him to find light in the darkness. The final 3 are Ray, Pete, and the enigmatic Stebbins, who is revealed to be the Major's illegitimate son. Hoping to be acknowledged, Stebbins joined the walk, but his body is failing. With dignity, he chooses to sit down and accept his fate. Now, only 2 remain, but there can only be 1 winner.
Nobody wanted more.
Pete, knowing Ray has a family to return to, makes the ultimate sacrifice. The soldiers' rifles fire. Ray is the champion. The Major approaches, the crowd cheers. The cameras roll. The gun is placed in his hands, This is the moment. Revenge for his father, for Pete, for all the fallen boys. He raises the weapon, but hesitates, staring down the barrel, staring at the monster he despises. Does he honor Pete's final lesson and choose love?